Hello, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another session. This is session 7, and there are some change in plans. So now I've changed my firstly, let me tell you, I've changed my YouTube channel name from Cyber Coding to CodingPedia, and that's it. But don't worry, there's no change in syllabus. So now I was on a little bit of break, so let's now start with Python casting where we left. You won't understand the lectures if you watch the lectures from the middle order. Make sure you watch it from the very first beginning. Okay, so today we will complete the whole topic of Python casting, everything about casting in Python. So firstly, in Python casting, a variable type is specified. There may be times when you want to specify a type onto a variable. So I'll do this practically. For now, just listen the class. This can be done with casting. Python is an object-oriented language, and as such, it uses classes to define data types, including its primitive types. Casting in Python is therefore done using constructor functions. So constructor functions are int, float, and string. Int, integer, brackets, only int short form. So constructs an integer number from an integer literal, a float literal by removing all decimals, or a string literal providing the string represents a whole number. So this is a very easy topic, guys. Basically, if you use int constructor, um, int constructor, so the variable which has a number containing a number, int, this constructor is going to change the variable, the value of the variable into integer. So as you can see, literal a float literal is changed into integer by removing all the decimals. Hope you have understood. If not, go back and listen again. And next point is float. Now, so float constructs a number from an integer literal, a float literal, or a string literal. So this float constructor, basically what this constructor does is it changes integer into float and strings into float. It changes the value of variable into float. And string, string, this constructs a string from a wide variety of data types, including integer literals and float literals. So example would be integers. X is equals to int1, y, variable y. Here x, y, z are variables. If you don't understand this, please go back and check out our class of variables in Python. X is equals to int1, y is equals to int2.8, z is equals to int3. So int constructor, so here focus on the cursor, y is equals to int2.8. so int constructor is going to change the number 2.8 into integer. 2.8 is a float, and 2.8 is going to be changed into integer with the help of int constructor. Okay, so the output will be 1, 2, and 3. If you want, I'll execute that for you. X is equals to int 100. Let's think something out of the box. Y is equals to 50.69 something random number. Z is equals to another random number. Sorry, Z is equals to forgot it. So I'm gonna print X, Y, Z. So now let's cast. See, As you can see here in the output, I have got x is equals to int 100 as it is 100, and y int 50.69, 50.69, a number which has a point in it, a decimal number, that's considered as float in coding languages. So here 50.69 is converted into 50, an integer, and z is equals to 895, it's already an integer. So that's it. Now let's move ahead. Now for second example, we have floats. X is equals to float 1, y is equals to float 2.8, z is equals to float 3, w is equals to float 4.2. So all we are going to get is x. The Python is going to change the number 1 into float, because we are using here constructor of float. So 1 will be changed into float. It means in easy language I can tell you, float is a constructor which is going to change the value 1 into a decimal number, so that will be 1.0. so same goes to y is already a decimal number, already a float number, so it will be as it is in the output. And z is equals to float 3, 3 is going to be changed in a float number. Okay guys, so now I'll just, so just for a change I'll change the numbers over here, and 100 can go to 187 something, and now let me print it. Yeah, here you can see I've got x is equals to float 187. X is changed into 187, integer is changed into float as 187.0. Same goes to y value, variable y, and z is printed as it is because it's already a float number. Let's move ahead guys. So string will give the values as it is. So I think I don't need to explain you with the example, because the value which is stored in a variable, even if you use the string constructor, you will get the same output. Okay guys, that's it. Make sure you watch all the videos in this free course for everyone, for beginners to professional. I work a lot, I work so hard to prepare the notes and to shoot videos in my hectic schedule. So guys, please make sure you show some love. Thanks for watching everyone. See you in the next session.